I am so excited that you're going to make these 5 cards with the Balloon Celebration card kit. I love this set and I just think it has endless possibilities. But what I want to do for your instruction video this time is start out by just showing you how to stamp the balloons, and then we'll progress into showing the actual cards. So I'm going to just stamp one on this piece of scrap paper here for you. You're going to do a bunch of balloons on your cards this time. So I'm going to ink it up, and what I want to do is stamp off on scrap paper first and then stamp onto my piece of paper that I'm going to be punching out of, because that will make that image just a little bit lighter. And then we can take I call it the detail one, and we're going to ink that up, and we're going to just stamp right on top of it full strength. And that's where you get your 2 different tones on there. And that's all there really is to stamping these balloons. You'll see them here. These are on the base. These are punched out. We'll talk about punching out in just a second. Now, if you wanted to, you could even put a little bit more detail in your balloon, and you could outline it either again with that same color, or I like to outline them in black. That just gives, you know, some fun detail to it. And you can also, and on one of your cards, you're going to do this where you're not going to stamp the solid one. We're just going to use the colored cardstock, and we'll just stamp with the detail and then outline it in black, and then it will be all ready for you to punch out. And you could do this either way. You could outline first and then do the detail, whichever you find easiest. Now, when you need to do a whole bunch of balloons like you do with your card kit, you have a half sheet of cardstock in there, you can punch all of your balloons first. But I want you to pay really close attention to something. If you look at your balloon punch, let's see if we don't have a glare on here. Actually, if we look upside down, because we're going to punch upside down, you'll see one, the bottom of the balloon is that way, the other, the bottom of the balloon is this way. Here's a trick for not wasting a lot of cardstock. When you stamp your big balloons, you are going to always punch from left to right, because let's look at it backwards. If I stamped all these and I went in here to punch the big one right here and I punched it, I'm going to ruin this one. But if I start at this side now, and you got to make sure, you'll notice when I stamp these, the bottoms of the balloons are all at the bottom of the paper here. I can punch that one, and then I can move over and punch this one. There's nothing to ruin there. And there's that one, and we can just keep moving over. And there's the next one, and so on and so forth. Now, flip the paper this way. You'll notice my small balloons I did with the top of the balloon on the edge of the paper. And because of the way it's on this punch, this time we want to punch from right to left. Because again, if I came way over here and punched this one, we're going to ruin this one for punching. So we're going to punch way over to the right, and then just keep moving over to the left, and I can get lots of balloons out of there. So that's your little punch tricks for if you want to stamp all of your balloons at once and punch them all out, then it'll be really easy for you to make the cards. Also notice I'm stamping on the piercing pad. I use this all the time with the photopolymer stamps, especially your bolder images, because it's going to give you a much nicer stamped image on that. So quickly, let's go through the cards, because once you know how to do the balloons, they're very self-explanatory. Do your hands look like this when you stamp? I just noticed that. Anyhow, okay, so we're going to stamp the strings, do the 3 balloons on the card layer, and then here's your 2 punched ones up with dimensionals. I also have dimensionals underneath here. There's a lot of dimension on this card and under the washi label. These are all punched for you. Sadly, this punch is retired and it's already sold out. So if you didn't get it, you never will, but you have your pieces in your kit. The next one, again, just do your strings, your 3 balloons punched out. They're on dimensionals, dimensionals under here, dimensionals under there. Like I said, once you have those balloons, it's super simple. I emboss with Lucky Stars on here. You can emboss with any embossing folder you have. They all look nice. I stamped the stars. Now, I don't know if you can see, but there are a couple of the cloud images stamped, and they're very light. I think I would have done them a little bit darker, but I used the Soft Sky stamp pad, and I did stamp it off first to lighten it. I think you might want to use it full strength, but the cute little clouds in the background. Now this one, the balloons that are stamped on the bottom, just to get a little bit more dimension in your color, the solid balloon I stamped off twice. And then the detail part I stamped off once. So it lightens everything there, and then that makes these kind of pop out a little bit more. Banners, I want to just give you a couple little banner tips. In your packet you have 3 pieces. I think they're 1 inch by 3 inch. If you don't have the triple banner punch to do the banner ends, all you got to do is eyeball the middle, make a little snip, then come here corner and cut to your snip, corner and cut to your snip. And if they don't match, just come back in and do it. And that's all you have to do to cut a banner edge with the scissors. However, if you don't have the triple banner punch, put this on your list to get sometime, because this is fabulous. You can punch 1 inch, 1.5, or 2 inch pieces, and that's why there's different, I don't know if you can see the little ridges here for the different sizes, but to punch this, all I have to do is stick it all the way in, punch, and there's my banner end. Now, because I have these at all different sizes, I can't ruin this one so I can work so good. What I do is I make the banner of all 3 of them, and I lay them on here where I want them. Like the longest one, if I wanted to punch this twice, would go all the way up to the top. And then and this is just on the white layer before I stick it down. And then add your other ones, so they're going to be sticking up off the top, and then you can just cut them all so they're nice and even with the white. That's the easiest way, I think, to get the different sizes in there. And then go ahead and put your card together like we have been talking. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about the little bow for a second. You have a piece of the black baker's twine in there, and I just use the long piece and I tie myself a little bow, okay, and adjust it however you want it. Get it to where you want it. Trim your ends. Oops. Okay, that's a little bit bigger than I have on my card, but then you can see it better. So make your little bows, and then I like to stick the bows on with glue dots. They just seem to work the best. You can actually press that right on your glue dot and pick it up, and now you have the glue dot on the back there. I don't know if you can really see that, and it sticks really nice to your card. So glue dots work awesome for these little bows. And then finally, card number 4, again, here's the clouds. I think you can see them a little bit better on this one. I might have stamped these off too. I think I'd do it full strength. But these are the balloons that I did on the colored cardstock, just to show you a little different way to use your balloon stamp. So there are your 5 cards for the Balloon Celebration card kit. I hope you love these as much as I do, but more importantly, I hope you send them. Remember, we're all about bringing birthdays back, okay? So many people just quit sending birthday cards and are just posting on social media now. I don't like that. Let's get them back in the mail and make someone's day when they get a birthday card in the mail. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you so much. I love to share stamping ideas with you, and I hope you love to stamp with me. So have a fabulous time making these cards. See you in the mail next month.